Breaking aviation news.
Good afternoon and welcome to Vertical Aviation News Network. This is your captain speaking, and today's topic we're talking about the Lear 55 air ambulance crash that happened in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that just happened just a few days ago. We will discuss what has happened and with the information that has been released by the NTSB as it relates to the Lear 55 crashing in the neighborhood just outside of the airport in Philadelphia. What we do know is it was a Lear 55 air ambulance aircraft. It had two pilots, two doctors, a nurse and a patient, and the parent on board. We don't know what exactly happened and why this airplane suddenly crashed. Everything that I discuss is on a speculation base. It is not the final of what happened. This is based on information being released by the NTSB. What we do know from the videos that have been released, the aircraft was only in the air for approximately 40 seconds before it suddenly nosedived into the ground, leaving a 8-foot crater. The black boxes, as they're commonly referred to, were recovered. The cockpit voice recorder, air data recorder, and flight data recorder, they were all recovered, as well as both engines of the aircraft were recovered. Once they analyzed those and start to piece together what was going on in the cockpit, what happened after they immediately took off, it will piece together everything that was going on. What I will be speculating about and giving reference to is based on the videos that have been released, the dash cam, the Ring doorbell cam, someone that was just a security camera that was on top of a building. All of those, from what I saw, it appears that the aircraft was falling out of the sky. It appears also that the aircraft was already on fire before it actually impacted the ground. That will be a key thing to find out once they get all the data from all of those recorders to know, because it definitely appears that the aircraft is already on fire before impact. We know once it impacted that debris was spread out pretty far. Few people on the ground were injured from the debris. I know one child is in critical condition that took some debris that hit him in the head while he was trying to protect his younger sister. And as more information about the fatalities and things like that comes available, we will also update our post edit of our live video. All crew and passengers on board the airplane were pronounced deceased on the scene. They have released the names of those individuals. I can tell you about the Lear 55 just a little bit. It is one of the few executive aircraft I do not have an extensive background in, but I can tell you that I do know some of the engineering quirks of the Lear jet. Of all the profiles, they are very good aircraft. They are built for speed and very high performance in small airports and short runways. The company that was operating them, they had a lot of experience with operating Lear 55s with no incidents. So it leads me to believe that this is probably going to be something mechanical related. Again, this is speculation from me that has not been said or released in the NTSB reports. I'm just speaking on just the fact that looking at the videos and seeing that it's coming down already on fire, I'm going to speculate that was probably something mechanical that failed and led to some type of fire on board, and lost thrust to the engines, and they subsequently plummeted to the ground. The aircraft, one of the quirks about the Lear aircraft, you have to be very careful of its weight and balance, particularly when you're putting fuel on it. They do have a tendency, if you fuel one wing or fuel the tail first, they have a tendency that the what we call the moment will shift, and it will create an imbalance even on the ground. So based on the fact that the aircraft appears to be on fire before it crashed, I'm suspecting that there could have possibly had a fuel leak, igniting the aircraft on fire. Could have been a catastrophic failure of something along the fuel system, and ultimately losing power, losing fuel to the engines. The engines starved of fuel. They subsequently quit, and they were on fire, and the aircraft plummeted to the ground. That is pure speculation based on the limited available information that has been released to the public, and my assessment just based on seeing it and knowing that the little quirks about the aircraft, and just like I said, just speculating based on it being on fire before it crashed. That gives me the idea that it possibly had some type of fuel system related failure catastrophically in its flight, and caused a fire, caused the engines to be starved of fuel. They cease, and the aircraft immediately plummeted to the ground. It could be also a weight and balance issue, where something got out of weight and balance. That aircraft will stall pretty quickly, and being that they were just on their initial takeoff and climbing out, they could have, something caused them to stall. Could have been, and when I say stall for our non-aviation people, that means the aircraft has gotten to a pitch, and on its climb, it is no longer has sufficient airspeed in order to remain at that angle and produce lift. And once it stalls, the aircraft will immediately lose all lift, and it does a nosedive. So when you hear that term stall, that is what it's being referenced to. Our prayers go out to those families that lost lives, that have been impacted by this. The city of Philadelphia and that community where that aircraft crashed into. We know that anytime there's any type of disaster, whether it's air, land, nature, anything, and life is lost, it is impacting everyone. We will continue to update. We will have a follow-on update as more information becomes available related to this crash. As I said, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone impacted by this. And moving on to our aircraft of the week. As previously stated in our earlier episode, our aircraft of the week is a 2010 Bell 429. It is an excellent, beautiful aircraft. It only has 528 flight hours total time. They're asking a cool $4,775,000. It is being sold by Rotorcraft. You can reach Rotorcraft at 818-617-9492. And thank you for joining Vertical Aviation News Network. This has been your captain speaking. And as always, safe travels.